Good morning, good morning. I hope you're having a beautiful start to your day. Happy Thursday. We're cruising on through the week and towards the weekend. There we go. Hope you're having a terrific start. We are up to day 12 in our 30-day primed for success group event. We hope you're really getting a lot out of the experience. If you've just joined us, don't worry, you are right on time. You can catch up by going over to the guide section, and there you will find the posts in order. Or if you're on the page in the group and you hit discussion, and then under the announcements, if you choose to see posts most recent as opposed to latest activity, that should queue them up in order for you too. We're trying to keep things coming into the guide to keep them in order because there's so much to talk about. Lee and I get a little bit excited. You might have noticed that about us. So we're glad that you're here. And today, what we wanted to shine a little light on is how Positive Prime facilitates learning more quickly, more easily, with more fun. And there's a couple of really interesting aspects of this. So I'm going to try to keep this nice and short. If you have thoughts, insights, or questions, please share those in the comments, and Lee and I will track back and follow up with you. And of course, you can always share a message. And don't let us forget, if you are here in the group but you haven't started your 30-day trial with Positive Prime, get with the one who invited you. Reach out to myself or to Lee. We've got the links in the day one or guide number one. And for 30 days, you have complete access to Positive Prime. You can activate those coaching pearls. We hope that you've been enjoying those and get the benefit. Over 30 days, you will start to feel that neuroplasticity at work. You're literally helping through daily consistent action to boost your positivity, to teach your brain that happiness matters. And there's so many reasons. We've been sharing those, the benefits of positivity, how they bring you more success, in addition to better health, stronger relationships, better engagement in community, and it facilitates learning. So how does that happen? I talked a couple of days ago about how when we are stressed, we get very narrowly focused. We really drill in on the source of stress. That gets all of our attention. And biology is a powerful, powerful tool. It has its benefits. Unfortunately, life tends to be more stressful than our body perceives it, or life tends to serve up stress more often than our biology really requires us to respond that way, right? So when we recognize that when we're stressed, we have that very narrow span of attention. But when we do things to lift our mood, to raise our positivity, when we can dial down the stress and hit reset with a 3-minute Positive Prime session, we can, with the broaden and build effect or theory, open our perspective of what we have available to us. So solutions, resources, collaborations that would not have been within that field of vision are suddenly available. We have more access to creativity and to flexibility, and we can start to really synergize and draw upon those resources. So that's one way in which it's easier to learn when we are in a more positive state. Also, when we are happy, the dopamine that is triggered in our brains lights up the learning centers and helps us to integrate and be more receptive to learning new experiences, which is really exciting. Dopamine is so powerful and shows up in so many different ways in a lot of our beneficial behaviors, right? Dopamine drives sometimes that dopamine hit sends us to social media to keep scrolling for engagement or interaction or support. But we can choose how to light that up. We can choose, instead of going to social media, hi Facebook, to get that hit, we can choose more positive interactions and engagements and feel our mind be more open and flexible. So Dr. Paul Sheely is one one thought leader, industry expert in the field of transformative technology. He's the founder of, I believe his company is called Learning Technologies, and he's a big supporter of Positive Prime because he sees that the way that the sessions are created, with that shuffle of the slides, with the positive images, with the speed at which you can view a session, we can bypass the critical mind and really bring that positivity and benefit that neuroplasticity in the subconscious. And so that's one of the reasons why we love, after you've seen a session perhaps on slower view and really seen the slides, then going to that faster view, that 3-minute session lets your subconscious receive the images it's gotten to know and enjoy without, the critical mind saying that affirmation isn't for me. So that's one other aspect. And we'll share today a short video of Paul Sheely talking about how that works. If you're curious about to dive a little more deeply into that, there's a little 5-minute video. We'll post that today. And I also want to share a story about one of our phenomenal Positive Prime practitioners, member of our community, a teacher in Australia. Vari McGowan has been working in classrooms with some troubled students, and she used to lose a lot of her classroom time to disruptive behavior, to outbursts. And when she started integrating Positive Prime in the classroom to start the day, or when a student's behavior started reaching that tipping point, she could actually sit them down with a tablet to watch a session and watch their behavior shift, watch them get more calm and centered, watch them be able to come back into control of their emotions through using Positive Prime. And so it's really extraordinary to think about the potential. You can actually, when you use it for yourself, feel your mood shift. That's why as you hop online and do a session, they're always tracking metrics. How do you feel today? How do you feel at the end of the session? Positive Prime really cares and is quantifying the changes that it's able to create in our community. We're actively participating in a number of different studies. A preliminary research trial with Sean Aker, a really exciting one, is coming together with a phenomenal university in Australia. We're excited to see the results of that over the next few years. And just in your own experience, really, because isn't that what it takes? When you can feel a difference, when you can feel your mood shift, or if you're using this with your family, if you can see your child's mood and disposition shift, think about how powerful this tool is to be able to integrate, to help us come back to center, to reframe our mind, and to be more open to receiving information and integrating it, applying it right now in our daily lives. So if you have any questions, I'd love to field those, connect any dots or fill in any blanks in my short little conversation here with you today. We're so happy to have you here with us. We're happy to have you engaged in the group, and we'll be back tomorrow with some more delicious information. And I'll give you a sneak peek on today's success work, because especially if you take a few minutes to watch the video by Paul Sheely, you'll see how those videos, or how those images of yourself and images that inspire joy and gratitude facilitate learning again. So your success work today is choose another image of yourself, an image that inspires joy, to integrate into your session gallery. And if you'll share that on your success post, we'd love to see it, inspire some others to share theirs, and together as a community, we can all grow and learn to leverage this phenomenal tool. We're so happy to have you with us. Thank you, and take good care of yourselves. We'll see you tomorrow.